Hey guys, today we'll be looking over some photos I took with my Canon T50. This Canon T50 comes with a 28mm Vivitar lens, and the photos were shot with a Kodak 400. Alright, let's dive right in. Put that camera over there. The thing that's noticeable about this photo is the dynamic range. If I really wanted to, I could up the shadows all the way and I could see everything that's inside the car. Obviously it's gonna look unnatural. So like the dog's face is perfectly exposed, and if I really wanted to, I could bring the shadows all the way up in the car as well. One thing that's I like about this photo is that the Canon T50 is an aperture priority point and shoot, so when I'm shooting, I don't really know where the camera is metering, but I'm glad that when this came out, like it was like perfectly exposed. Sometimes you'll get overblown or photos that are too dark. Typically with this camera, it's the other way around. Like you get dark photos, like underexposed photos, and typically with film, you want to expose for the shadows. But luckily enough, this photo came out amazing. So the next photo is a photo of me with Nelly. I'm blinking my eye. It's not the greatest photo. I wanted a photo with her, but you know, obviously she doesn't care at all. She's not even looking at the camera. The next photo, I'm looking right at the camera. My eyes aren't blinked, but Nelly also refuses to look at the camera. But she's so cute. She's a Beagle Husky mix. She's got really big floppy ears, and she's like 6 months old right now, I think. She's super cute. It looks like this photo, like at least like on the outer edges of it, it seems a little bit overblown, like especially near the trees. Me myself, I look pretty like perfectly like exposed. So next photo is a photo of my friends with their baby. This is a perfectly exposed photo. I love it. The tones are amazing, and it's very impressive like what this like point and shoot can really do, right? So next one is a wider shot of my friends with the tree next to them. You can tell right away, like compared to the other one, it's not perfectly exposed. For instance, like a little bit more overexposed. Like nonetheless, I feel like it's pretty good. Like yeah, in this case, it was a cloudy day, but you still want the sky is always gonna overblow the picture, and in this case the camera did manage to like find the middle ground. Yeah, it looks really good. Only thing is the Chihuahua's eyes are like the only part that's not quite exposed well, but yeah, the overall photo is great, and if I really wanted to, I can just go into post and brighten up the Chihuahua's eyes. But I don't think it's a big deal. Next photo is my friends in my balcony. It looks a little shaky. Like, this is one of the problems with a point and shoot, right? It's shot at I'm assuming it's shot at like a 60th second or a 30th of a second. Probably a 60th of a second because it doesn't look that blurry. But then again, like, why did it shoot at that range? It was a pretty like decent day. Good light. It's great shooting with like automatic like cameras, but at the end of the day, you really want to like shoot like manual. For instance, it's like this. But again, like if the occasion calls for it, like there's nothing quite like this. Next photo is this was actually a dark day. Super cloudy. The sun it was already like setting. It was kind of dark. I'm actually surprised how you could like still see everything. Like my friends obviously in the shadows, but I remember when I was shooting this, I was like, is this even gonna come out? Because it's like dark. It's impressive. Kodak 400 is an impressive film. This photo came out amazing. It's sharp for what it is, for this like Vivitar 28mm. It's very, very sharp. Tones are amazing. Like the colors are so good. It looks great. I think it just shows what this camera can do for portraits. I think I shot this at f4. The camera probably shot it at like a thousandth of a second, I'm assuming, because it was a pretty bright day, so it probably went all the way. This photo is a burnt down trailer. It was next to my friend's cafe. Thought it was cute, so I took a photo. Yeah, I mean, everything's really well exposed. The dynamic range is incredible. There's not a shadow that I can't really like look in. Like even like the top left corner, which is like probably the darkest spot. I mean, it's amazing. The next photo is my buddy. He's the guy who owns the cafe. If you're in Toronto, go check out Caravan Cafe on Bloor and Dufferin. Cafe is great, and during COVID, it's very hard to do business, so please go support him. Amazing tea, if you're a tea guy, but also great coffee. I get coffee there all the time. So this photo I actually did touch up because when I scanned it, the other one before, it was the same scan settings, but his skin tone like came out I think very magenta-ish. So like I shifted the hues. That was about it. And I think it looks pretty natural now. So the next photo is a picture of a doggo outside of a cafe. So I love dogs. I have a habit of shooting dogs in the streets. Yeah, I have an Instagram account, Doggos of the Street. Follow it if you want. It's just 35 mil photos of dogs I come across the street. It's kind of dumb. This photo, I don't think it's perfectly exposed. I feel like the dog is slightly overblown, right? Like in his face area. And it's not like super sharp, but I wonder what I shot it at. Probably shot it at like f8. But yeah, it seems a little bit overblown. Subway. I believe I shot this on f2.8. Yeah, it's a bit blurry. Despite like what it looks, it wasn't like super bright inside the subway. Oh, I love this photo. Oh wow, there's a big dust like right in the middle. God damn it, I gotta Photoshop that out. Oh man. Okay, so one morning I wake up, super foggy day. By the way, foggy days are amazing. It's an amazing time to go take photos. Wow, I love how it turned out. Yeah, the colors came out amazing. I'm really impressed. Kodak 400, really impressed. Cloud City from Star Wars or something. This is the early version of Cloud City for sure. Before Cloud City became Cloud City. Look at this. Man, the dynamic range again, I can't get enough. And the color tones. Wow, so cool. And it's very impressive. There's no clipping. I shot it with this point and shoot. When I scanned it, there was no clipping either. Amazing. Next photo, I think this is the last photo as well. Another doggo. Yeah, I saw this dog like just chilling outside of Tim Hortons. So I was like, alright, you're a good doggo. I'm gonna take a photo of you. So I took a photo of him and he's in the shadow. He's exposed. And yet, everything else around him is perfectly exposed too. Film dynamic range. Look at the colors of the grass. I mean, you can see a little bit of magenta on the sidewalk, but I mean, it doesn't really bother me. A little bit of magenta is kind of cool. Yeah, it's really nice photo. Oh, there's a pigeon right behind him. Yeah, it's very impressive what this like little point and shoot can do. And I know a lot of people are trying to get into like photography during the pandemic as like a hobby. These like point and shoots, because they used to be like under 20 bucks at like thrift stores, but now like their stock is going up. Some people were telling me like they found one for 50 bucks, 80 bucks, 100 bucks. I mean, that's good, I guess, but gauge it how you want, because for 100 bucks you can probably get a better point and shoot. Maybe I'm wrong, because like maybe like the other point and shoots, their stock went up too. But yeah, no, this is a good this is a very good entry level point and shoot film camera. However, I'm gonna be real with you guys. This camera's great, but this point and shoot is way better. This is the Pentax A3000, because there's a built-in like meter. I mean, it's a very simple meter, but it still shows you the meter. It'll tell you if the camera chooses to shoot at 30th of a second, for instance, or thousandths of a second, which is great, just to know when it clips, right? And then there's just like modes, like there's like 2 more modes, I think. There's battery check. Oh no, there's like 3 more modes. There's a 60th of a second mode where you force the camera to shoot at 60th of a second, no matter what. And then there's a bulb mode. What? If you do see one of these, they're great, as you can see from my sample photos. But if you do have a choice to take between the A3000 and the T50, no question, this is a way better camera. I love this camera. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I got some special stuff coming up very soon, so stay tuned. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Cool. See you later.